Hi, Rebecca. Good morning. I'm going to be going through your technical support request. Um, I read your email. You said you'd like to learn a few new things about Cornerstone. I'm happy to assist with that. I've already signed in. I've given you your new credentials, so that shouldn't be a problem. I've tested them out, they're all working. Here I am on the home page, and I've got all my stuff here that sort of shows up. And let's talk about how to make some changes. So here, I'm going to go into Cornerstone and I'm going to edit the page. And here I am now. And one of your questions was, how do I change and make edits in a different format other than desktop? So here we are in Cornerstone. And by the way, my interface might look slightly different from yours. It won't change the basic functionality that we're going to talk about today. Just to show you what I did on mine, my navigation is on the right. See this guy right here? So if I hit left, it moves it over to the other side, move it to the right. And I have it on dark mode. I think it's just a little easier on my eyes, so I have that going. Quick thing, by the way, if you do mess with this, you'll need to reload the page. So that's what I'm doing, super quick. Okay, here we are, home page of all phases, and we are going to look at things different from a desktop. So here I'm going to go down to this little bar right down here, and you'll see you get 5 choices. You get full-size desktop, a laptop preview, tablet preview, cell phone turned horizontally. So that's sort of like if you were holding it left, right. And this is cell phone up, down. Now, please be advised, these are not perfect representations, but they are close enough that you can do good work and don't need to be too worried about what you see. So here we are, we're scrolling along, and things look good. So specifically, you wanted to know how to change images, do things different. Um, I can talk to you about how to do that. So the first kind of image we're going to work with is, let's just say I wanted to add a basic image to the website. So here I'm going to go down to this little guy where it says all phases, and I'm just going to click on this, and it will show me the image options over here on the right. So let's say, and by the way, I'm not going to save any of this. This is so if I run amok, don't worry about it. If I got some options over here. Some of these are a little more nuanced than others, but I'll just be going through the basics just so that way we don't overload you. I can hit this X button. It will get rid of that image, and there's a little placeholder there, and then I can swap it out with any image either from my desktop so I can upload stuff. And by the way, I'm clicking these tabs up here. Or my media library, which is currently existing things that I can put in the site that will look hopefully okay. So let's just grab this guy and insert him into there. Just for the sake of example. Yeah, it looks terrible, but what it does do is it shows what what it is to change an image. So I'm going to actually hit this undo button. By the way, do remember you have multiple phases of undo. It does take a little while for it to do it, so if you hit the button and it doesn't happen right away. How to add a new image? Well, there's a few ways to do this. So up here, top right of the page, and by the way, if your little menu is over here on the left side, it will be on the top left. It's just kind of linked to the options. I'm going to click on this little guy right here, and you can see that in my favorites I have image, and I'm just going to show you how I did that real quick. I'm going to click off the heart and it goes away. I have many things. Cornerstone comes with a lot of options. You can use all these or none of them. And what I generally tend to do is I'm going to type image, IMA, and what it does is it narrows my choices. So I'm going to either click and drag and add that wherever I see the little dotted line. See, and it's going to show up. Okay, so it looks like it's actually kind of in a weird spot because it did it to the right of the thing. Okay, there we go. And now I have an image there. Also, before I move on, just want to show you something real quick. If I type an image and I go over here and I hit this little heart button, see how it turns blue? And then I get rid of this search thing. Up here under favorites, I've now got images going for me. So here's something that will and then I can click on this and I can customize things just the way I want. I'm just going to grab a generic image and throw it in there. It's probably not going to look awesome, but you're seeing how to do this. If I were to save this, this would show up large and in chart. I can click here to save it. If I were to save it, this would show up on a desktop format. Interestingly enough, sometimes there are two different things so here we are back in the full-size desktop preview, and you'll notice that the image that we made is not showing up here. It would be right around here. I'm going to go back into my little guy preview, and here it is. You see, quick note on what's happening here. If you go to the page hierarchy right here, you will see that I have labeled these things with either PC or mobile. Some don't have that, some are hidden because they weren't functional, but what it generally tends to do, and there's a few that are for laptops and other sizes, but you'll notice that these guys, the PC ones, only show up on a full-size PC, and the mobile options only show up there. You don't really specifically need to know that. I just thought I would point it out just so that way you know how it works. So here I've got my image. Now there's one other thing I want to cover before we move on. I'm just going to go up here, hit delete, get rid of that guy. If I'm adding a new element, there are these layouts, but something that's kind of neat is I have actually built in a fair number of pre-made elements that are your brand, and they're ready to go. So how would I say get a image like this that's got the cool like little drop shadow and the frame and the thing? Well, under here under templates, you can see it. I've got image APL frame. I'm just going to drag that guy out. And as you can see, it's kind of giving you one that's ready to go that can be quickly and easily modified. So I'm just going to do that super quick. So just grab a fire pit, insert it into the post, and boom. So now you've got that. So that really will help speed things up quite a bit. And then there is always my personal favorite. I'm just going to delete this guy. I grab an item and I say, you know what, I think I'd like another button here or another image. I can just go up and click on any existing one and go up here to this little guy right up here in the top right that says duplicate, and then bang, I've got a second one exactly scaled, ready to go. So that is one kind of way to do images and have them up on the page. I'm going to make this bad boy full size, and I'm actually going to go, there we are, and I'm going to open your site. Let's say we wanted to change images down here in your little guy. Well, we'll address that in just a second here, so let's get started. So here we are. How do we change these various galleries that show up in different points of the site? Well, we will cover that right here. So I am at the front end of the web page. Super easy. I'm going to go up here, click on the all phases to dive into the back end. And then down here, about 2/3 down, you'll see this little guy that says Enviro Gallery. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And up pops this little guy. They're going to browbeat you about upgrading. You don't need to do it. You're fine. And so here we have galleries kind of named for the pages they show up on: walkways, pavers, decks, fires, so forth. we're just gonna swap out an image or two on our homepage gallery. But here's something I always kind of do just for safety's sake. There's a choice here that says clone, and I'm just gonna do that real fast, and I'm just gonna clone this guy. And it's thinking, 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 and now I'm just gonna call this demo. Before I make any changes, I'm just gonna publish this. And I'm going to go back to your guy real fast, the all galleries over here. And you'll see now I've got a version that is up there on the site, which is working. So if I go here to our homepage, which remember we were working on, and I go here to this guy that says PC Gallery, I'm just going to see here that this is just raw content, and it's got the short code right here. Don't worry, I will be walking you through exactly how to do this. And you can see you've got your thing right there, which plugs into it. So let's change some images on our demo. So here we go. We're going to just go in here and hit edit. Pulls up our demo. There's a space missing. And I'm going to go in here and first of all, just let's get rid of an image. So I'll get rid of this guy. It's going to say, hey, are you sure? And I'll get rid of this guy. And this is going to be quick and dirty, by the way. So if this doesn't end up looking amazing, my apologies. And I'll just get rid of one more. Okay, fantastic. So now let's add some stuff to this. Going to go up here to select files from the computer or select files from the other sources. I'm just going to select stuff from the computer, and it gives me the very well-tread WordPress upload thing. I can also go to other sources, and it gives me the images that I have on hand. I'm just going to grab a few. Boom, boom. Oh, if I hold shift, I can pick more than one, by the way. Quick little pro tip. Oh, Jesus, right. Let me explain how this works. Oh my God, I really blew it. Okay, here. Like, if I... Oh my God, they're going to make me do all this manually. Okay. So, the shift button works like in sequence. What I mean by that is... I'll just... As soon as I clean up my mess here. Okay, so if I say I wanted to grab both of these guys, if I hold down shift and I click from here to there, all four are picked. Let me try something. I'm going to try holding down control. Okay, yeah, holding down control is what I'm looking for. That allows me to individually select and deselect images. So there, that's four of them. Let's do insert into gallery. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here they come. This is our homepage demo PC. I'm going to update this. It's probably enough going on here. I'm just going to space these guys into the thing. Okay, cool. And I'm just going to put that guy there. And I'm just going to update this. Okay, excellent. Go back out. So here's what I can do. From here I can grab the shortcode, and I'm just wondering, yeah, I'm going to do this one. So I click this little guy, this little board, and it copies it. Me, I'm old school. I just highlight it, right click and hit copy just to make sure there's no shenanigans going on. And I'm going to go back here into our thing, into our website. And this is our guy. Don't you worry, by the time I leave, this will all be cleaned up. Okay. So better yet, let me show you exactly what I am doing here. So this is a element known as raw content. So if you just want to plug in your new gallery into where the old one is, you would simply go in here, highlight everything you got, delete it, right click, and paste. I said right click and paste. See, this is exactly why. Hold on a moment. It's gonna. All right, I ended up getting it. Apparently, there's a new feature in this that I didn't know about, and I'm just gonna walk you through this. To make changes on this, apparently you have to click on this little raw button first, delete it, what's there, and then right click and hit paste. Kind of seems like a stupid, unnecessary step to me, but fine. Let me just make sure I haven't messed this up in any way. I'm just going to save this. Yeah, because it won't. Okay, so boom. I'll plug in the one that's nice here in a second. And then I'll pop this out. Let's just view it on the front end. And we're going to go down here. Yep, there's our new gallery. And by the way, this is all pre-programmed, so you don't got to worry about doing any of the, the light boxery. So there you have that. That's how you swap out images in a gallery. I will take you through super quick how to build one of these from scratch. Let's say I wanted a gallery like that, right underneath it. I mean, like I said, I could always do the old duplicate trick, but I'll just walk you through it. I would go over here and type in raw, R-A-W, so raw content, left click and drag out to where I want it. Just pop it right underneath the existing one. I'm going to click on this guy, go over to raw, and I'm just going to go back to our thing, our galleries. I'm going to grab this bolder one, so I'm going to right click, copy, go back over to our guy. I'm on raw, I'm going to right click, hit paste. And I'm gonna save. Hold on, I think it's calculating. I think it's doing stuff. Oh, look at that! It tried to show it. That's kind of interesting, huh? Oh, preview. I'm gonna hit disable. That's why. Okay, yeah. So if you hit allow, it'll do its level best to show it. You see this little preview guy? If you leave it on allow, that is a new feature as well. So I'm gonna hit save. Here we go. Saving. Back to our front end. I reload this page. And now there's a boulder gallery right underneath your guy. So that is how you, and if you wanted to make changes, we've already covered this, but you can add new images from your computer. You can select them from the list of existings. You can change the order by left click dragging. I'm just going to move this guy back to where he was. And when you're all done making changes, you just hit update and you're good to go. I'm trying to keep this under 20 minutes, so I think, let me just go over your email, quick read real fast. All right, let's talk about how to edit Tim's cell phone in various locations throughout the site. So once again, you will need to change it in various formats. So this button here that contacts him on a mobile device, see how it's blue? That's not really showing up. In fact, it might be two entirely different buttons. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on this guy right here. And this guy takes you to the contact page when clicked. I'm going to go over here and go to this guy. This one simply just calls a number. How do I get this going? Well, if you go to the desktop computer one and I click on this, just keep your eye right over here real fast. If I click on this guy, you'll notice there's a little link. That takes you to the contact page. If I go over here to the mobile one and I click this, see how this little phone is highlighted, right? See that guy? There's also an email in case you want people to write an email. And then you'd simply go in and type the new phone number that you'd like to have people contacting him at. And then there's, I think, one more down here at the bottom. Ooh, that looks like that might have escaped change. So I could go and click on this guy and hit click edit text. It'll pop it up. And normally it'll do it in this kind of rich text editor. To make the changes you want to make so this number can be touched on a touch screen on a phone and call someone, you're going to go over to HTML and super easy, you're just going to replace this guy right here, this phone number. See how it says TEL? You're going to replace the phone number there, and you're going to replace the phone number here. This is the phone number that shows up on the outside. So if I just do that, you'll notice that this changes to what I type. This is the actual phone number that gets called. No spaces, no dashes, no periods. You just type the phone number here in the green text, just one number after the other. Here, for the sake of making it look good, in the blue guy right here, this one, you can give them some dashes. It'll make it a little easier on the eyes, and that is how that works. And that, by the way, you might have to go through each page, jumping between large and small previews, just making sure you're getting them all. And if you see buttons, you just click on the button. It'll come up here, and you change the number right in there, and it'll automatically change it down there. So I think that is just about everything that was in your support requests. So any extra questions, do feel free to call me or write me, and we'll get you all squared away. Thanks a lot. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.